praise, I'm from Kansas City, that's loud pack at the Chiefs game. Presidential like Harry S, but a team member like Sat Page. I love my city, when you come and visit, better stop at Gates for that mixed place. T-Mobile sitting courtside, you know we popping out for them big games. Super Bowl, we got 2 of those, that's back to back, we the town topic. And all red, we at Arrowhead, got me tailgating these red bottoms. On 71 heading northbound, it's KCI on that bag land. Highlighted, this is Kansas City, we gon' show the world where that bag at.
Tim Purnell, the owner of Mitchells Barber Shop, not the founder. My father's the founder of the business, who started it up back in 1999, and I took over as shop owner and barber back in 2016, so that's who I am. I don't know if I can say that on camera. I don't know, honestly. These clippers saved my life, actually. Like, honestly. I was actually at a point, I actually had a call center job back in 2011. I got fired because I had a warrant. You know, and I told the guy when I was there, I'm like, well, this is why I need the job, so I can get a check to go clear up the warrant. And I remember they fired me, and my dad called after he had his stroke and said he's reopening the shop. And I did an apprenticeship with him and jumped on that opportunity. So I don't know is not an answer, but honestly, I don't know. So, but I thank God for these clippers. Well, I've always had that mentality of wanting to be in charge. I've always been assertive. I've always been a leader in any job I was at. So I know that to truly maximize the opportunity of being a barber, you know, I had to take the steps to be the owner of the barbershop, to truly fulfill and maximize the opportunity to its fullest. So, but you know, I sat up under my pops for, you know, 5-6 years, you know, to actually have to see how it goes, the ins and outs of the business and just the responsibility of it, because it's basically like having another home. You know, just like you pay your mortgage, you gotta pay rent, you gotta pay lights, you gotta pay water. So it was a whole nother responsibility. So, but that's what made me want to get into it. Just wanting to maximize my opportunity. If I'm gonna do something, I wanna just do it to the fullest. People, other than my children and my wife, because that would be the answer. My mother, of course, just a hard-working woman my whole life. You know, just seeing her just constantly, just literally my entire life since I was in my 30s, just working every day, putting it on the line every day, that truly inspired me. A lot of my friends, as I spoke about when I was talking to y'all earlier about my partner Caleb, you know, who's a master electrician, watching him and his journey and the sacrifices he made, you know, to get to the point that he was at, knowing that he failed the test before and came back, and knowing how hard it is to be a master electrician, you should know that, to pass whatever test that was. I don't know what it's called, but you know, and my partner Brian, who's a barber, you know, him being a shop owner, pretty much, you know, those guys inspired me. Just a lot of my peers and my family, you know, outside of my pops. People, when you have a business like mine, you see strangers a lot. You know, not everybody that comes in is somebody that you've known for 30 years. This guy in the chair, I never met him outside of today. So, you know, adjusting to people's personalities, people's moods, what they got going on in their life, you know, just being very versatile and being able to adapt, you know, and being balanced in the content of your conversation, you know. That's one of the most difficult things, other than just, and another thing I should say, really, like in this business, there's no paychecks. You know, most people go to work, no matter what you do or how busy that job is, a company is, you're gonna get a paycheck just for being there. Here, if somebody not sitting in this chair, you're not gonna make no money. So just having that constant grind and the fear of the unknown could keep you motivated. So that's one of the things that can be very challenging, especially when you're first starting off running the business. The freedom of my time, but you gotta be responsible with that freedom. You know, if you're not responsible with that freedom, you won't be an entrepreneur. You won't have your business no more. So, the freedom of my time and me being over, how much I can make, if I want to give myself a raise without raising my prices, is just working harder, staying longer, taking more people, answer my phone here, answer a text message there. So definitely the freedom of my schedule. And, and I just feel like anybody out there, nobody can pay you like you can pay you. Anytime you at a job and you're good at what you do, you always gonna feel undervalued, you always gonna feel underpaid. And that's how I always felt at jobs, So I just felt the only person that can pay me what I feel I'm worth is myself. So, that's the answer to that question. Have I made it? No, I haven't made it yet. There's still a lot of things, I would like to do and accomplish in my life and in my career. But one of, I can say, outside of, signing my contract and having my grand opening here, there was a goal I wanted to make, cutting hair as a barber. And I was cutting hair 5 years before I was a shop owner. My first week here, I hit that goal. Literally, the week I opened, so I don't want to say what that number is, but it was a good number, and I was in here by myself at the time too. So I was very proud of myself. And that was a moment where I knew I'm like, I could feed my family forever, as long as I'm healthy, Lord willing. If I'm healthy, I can do that. In the next 5 years, I see us still here. And I want to expand I want to add to what we have. It's not just what we have here. We also have my wife's salon, Marie's Beauty Salon, next door. That's something we added a year after. Well, actually like 4 months after we were here when we opened this up. So I do want to start, so I can't speak too much on it now, but there is something else in the works that we are working towards. That's another business I would like to add to what we're doing now. No, it wasn't a goal or dream we had. My wife was a hospice nurse, and I hope you got a little time for me to explain how that came about. My wife was a hospice nurse, and at the time she was pregnant with our twin daughters, I believe, Tamia and Trinity. And I remember them calling her out all hours of the night. They would call her 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning to go places I've never heard of. And I remember she got her check, and I didn't like the numbers on that check, and I remember telling her, like, look how hard you had to work, look how much you had to sacrifice, leaving the house, working all these hours. You can make this in 3 days if you just go with this plan I'm going with. And thank God for my wife. She listened to me and she trusted me. And we opened a salon, and boom, that's how that happened. And, I remember we went to the ATM once after a Saturday, and I said, now look what we just deposited, and I was like, it would have took you 2 weeks on somebody else's time, on somebody else's schedule to make that. So it was really just my wife. It was never her plan to be a braider, but we saw an opportunity. We got blessed. God's been good to me and my family. We got blessed with favor, with the people that he's put in our life. We got these buildings, and I said, we're not gonna let it go to waste. And so, bam, that's how that happened. That she's still here, that she's still maintained, and that she stuck with it. Again, I said we're here 8 years. There's 7 years over there. So the fact that through all the turmoil we've had with other stylists, okay, now I know there's some women watching this. You know how crazy some beauty salons can get dealing with, I'm not gonna get into that, we on camera. But going through all of those rough patches, learning how to braid on the fly, and just sticking with it and trusting herself and believing, that's my most proudest moment of her, Just being mentally tough and constantly just being resilient, it's truly admiring, and I'm grateful for it. That we're just authentic. Like, a person can come in here and truly be themselves. We're not appointment only. We take walk-ins. People come in, and just honestly can be themselves. Like I said, the guy I had in here earlier, I've been cutting that guy's hair since 2011. So that's what I feel separates us from most barbershops in today's world. We're more of a traditional barbershop. Like I said, we take walk-ins. It's not just appointment only. I don't take your money before I meet you. like on booking sites. I want to do a job first and do a service first before you pay me. I want to build a rapport with a person before they pay me. So I feel that's one of the things that sets us apart from most barbershops. No disrespect to no other barbershops that do it that way. I'm just saying that's what we do here. Now, I don't know who gave her this false information, but I went to Branson, Missouri once. No. I do love Branson, though. Shout out to my kids, I love Branson. The nicest place, or my best place, my favorite place I've ever been to. That's a tough one. I have been to a few nice places. I would have to say Crete, Greece. It's an island in Greece, probably one of my favorite. It's tough, but that's definitely up there, for sure. Italy, my man said it over here, he went to Rome. What was your name over there, my man? Blake. He went to Rome. I went to Bellagio, Italy, and I've been to Milan, and I loved them. I mean, the food is, I can't even, explain to you. But I would say Crete, Greece would be number one to answer your question. Or, yes. No, it's a lot of places, but Crete would be one. My favorite, other than the Chiefs, or Patrick Mahomes, or Andy Reid, Kelsey. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of things. I mean, this is my home. This is where I was born. I mean, this is where I was raised. I mean, I love, the schools, my partners. I mean, the barbecue, of course. And for the record, I don't even know if this is a question or not. LC's got the best barbecue in Kansas City. So if that's a question, that answers my question now. Shout out to Gay, shout out to everybody else, but LC's number one. Violence. I've been a victim of gun violence multiple times, actually, on multiple occasions. The violence, we have to do better, first of all, with our children. First of all, we need to put the word of God back in our communities. That's number one. Let's make that clear. The word of God needs to be influenced and taught in our homes first, because what's taught in our homes is what goes out into society. The reason why society is so broken, the reason why our city and our neighborhoods are so broken, because we have broken homes and dysfunctional homes. So we have to do better at home. First of all, teaching our children the word of God, teaching them manners and respect, and putting those children out into the world, and it will have results in our communities. So that's what I would like to see improve, number one. Number one over everything. 10 years ago or about 15 years ago? Faithfulness. Just being faithful. And a lot of people think being faithful is just something you could be with your spouse. No, I mean, you should be. But faithfulness, just being faithful to everything that you do. Being more faithful to my everyday schedule, being faithful to what I set out to do, being faithful to the Lord Jesus, prioritizing faithfulness in my life. Because once you're faithful to one aspect, you'll be faithful to everything. The Lord said you were faithful with little, so you'll be faithful with much. So, I would prioritize that like the younger me. If I could talk to the younger me right now, that's what I would tell them, man. Be faithful to whatever you put your hands to. Practice faithfulness to it. I mean, we're going to be here all day. Lean not to your own understanding. As y'all can see, my faith is in Christ Jesus in everything I do. And I tried to lean by my own understanding. It got me in a lot of bad places. It put me in a lot of bad situations. So right there, just trusting the Lord and not leaning to my own thoughts, my own ideology, my own ideas, and trusting what his word says. He hasn't failed me yet, and I'm never leaving him or his word, no matter what the world says. Those questions were fun. Those were fun questions. What's the pizza spot on Westport? Right on 39th and Main. Nobody know. No, it's right there on Main. As soon as you on like 39th, it's Main. It's a pizza spot right there. Fire, ponchos, Waffle House. I know we're not in Atlanta, but Waffle House for sure. I'm a Waffle House baby. Yeah, one of those for sure. Because it represents the trenches. When you walk into LC's, right? And this is I'm not gonna say no, I don't wanna disrespect no other businesses, right? When I walk into a barbecue joint, I don't want it too nice. I don't want it too pretty. I want it to look and feel like a barbecue joint. I don't want them, like, you gotta be sweaty. Whoever in there working, he gotta be sweaty. He gotta have a cigarette in his ear. I don't want the lady working at the register to have edges. No, somebody gotta be a little musty. The floor gotta be a little greasy. It gotta feel like barbecue. I don't want it too nice. Don't give me hors d'oeuvres when I walk into a barbecue joint. And when I walk into LC's, that's what I get. Your apron gotta be a little dusty. All right, when you open up that smoker, I have to see that. You gotta show me you've been in here. You've been in this smoke all day. When I leave, my clothes should smell like the smoker for 2 days. That's why LC's. She can't have edges, y'all. If she got edges and she ringing up my order, I'm out. You ain't working hard though, because them should have sweated out a little bit. You know, for real. Of course, the plaza. You know, go to the plaza. Go to Go Chicken Go. I don't know. It just depends on the person. You know, everybody got different things, and definitely come to Arrowhead. Come watch the best team in the world. The team that's about to three-peat, the team that's about to three-peat and win 3 Super Bowls in a row. So definitely get out to a Chief game. Union State, I mean, it's a lot of things. You know, it just depends what the person's into. Because I can answer that differently, you know, if you're here with your family. I don't really go out like that, so I couldn't tell you the nightlife for real. But I know a couple of people that can, so. I don't want to get y'all banned. I don't want to get y'all kicked off the internet. I don't want to get y'all flagged. Fire Ryan Day. That's all I'm gonna say. Ryan Day has been a disgrace to the Ohio State. You let it. Okay, to answer her question, yes, I'm an Ohio State fan. It's been my team. I'm very disgusted with them right now as a program. They haven't shown me they're willing to win, kind of like these dudes, the Los Angeles Lakers. They haven't shown me they're willing to win by the decisions they're making as a program, by continuously employing a coach who can't beat their rival, who's 0-4 against their rival, who's 2-5 against the top 5, who's been a disaster, who's been a disgrace, who let a team plant their flag in our field. I want them out my university. Almost messed your head up, my man. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, Michigan State, they're nobodies. They're not really relevant. They're just another school. They're just another program that's just in college football. Pretty much. That's who they are. I mean, they're just another team. I don't know who that is. I don't even know who that is. The Wolverines. You talking about the Little League football team here? There's a couple of kids that play for the Wolverines. There's like a Little League football team here in Kansas City where some kids play. Bless the babies. But them the only Wolverines I know unless you're talking X-Men or something. My dream offensive line, Willie Rofe at left tackle. Okay, Tooney. I'm going to take Tooney at left guard, Creed Humphreys at center, Will Shields at right guard, and right tackle, I would take Mitchell Schwartz at right tackle. You give me that offensive line, Mitchell Schwartz, Will Shields, the greatest guard of all time. I'm not even wasting my time. Creed Humphreys, Joe Tooney, and Willie Rofe, I'm averaging 50 a game. Dream defense, DT, Buck Buchanan, Chris Jones. Oh, that other defensive end. We have a lot of great pass rushers. Give me Tamba. Give me Tamba. Jared Allen, people saying Jared Allen, he went to the Vikings. He's a mark to me. He got erased out of the history. Give me Tamba. At linebacker, give me Bobby Bell, Willie Lanier, Derek Johnson. Corner, give me Emmett Thomas. Oh, give me Emmett Thomas, Dale Carter. At safety, I'm going to take Eric Berry and Tyrann Mathieu. You're not scoring on that defense. You're not scoring on that defense. And give me Marcus Peters as an alternate DB. Yeah, that'd be my dream defense. My favorite place in the city? Then or now? Because my life unchanged. I done had kids. Now, I mean, I'm always at the mall, the movies. Like I said, my life revolves so much around my wife and my children. So a lot of family-oriented spots, like it seems boring the most, but that'll probably be it, really. Overland Park Mall, I'm there, my kids are, I'm at the Plaza, I'm at Union Station. We love the zoo, any zoo, whether here, really here, we love the zoo. So that's time we really get with each other that we love. Well, they're not moving, so let's make that clear. And the Chiefs play in Kansas City, Missouri. I can't even fathom a world where I'm gonna be rooting for the Topeka Chiefs, the Wyandotte Chiefs, the Leavenworth. We're not even gonna, we're not doing the. Have y'all ever been to Wyandotte? Do y'all see they forces them cats wear over there? I'm not going. Listen, Kansas City's right down the street, the Chiefs Stadium, and that's where I plan on them playing. So me rooting for a team in Kansas right now, I can't even. Shout out to the Chiefs and the Royals. You almost see they're trying to get me. Oh, I love it. Shout out to Attack Volleyball, man. Shout out to Coach Lisa. Shout out to all my girls on the squad, man. Shout out to my daughter Taylor, who's just been outstanding. I'm so proud of that girl, just in every aspect of her life. Especially volleyball. That's been a new journey for me. It's been a blessing that I just get to help, mentor, teach, lead. It's been a beautiful thing. That's one of the newest facets of my life that I'm really interested in. I can't wait, to see where that journey takes me. I love them volleyball girls, man. We really got a good team this year, too. It's going to be a lot of gold medals. A lot of gold medals. I wanted all boys, when I was younger. I never wanted daughters because of the guy I was. But, now it's my job to keep my daughters away from the old me. So that one of the things I love about being a daughter is just being their first example. I tell a lot of my younger guys that are young fathers that the first man your daughter's gonna fall in love with is you. So you can alter. I think I've told you this before, That's the first person that she marvels in. You're her first example of what a husband, a father, a man is. So if you alter or tarnish that on her, you can ruin her for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? So be what you want her to marry. Be what you want her to bring you. You know what I'm saying? If you upset with what she bring you, look in the mirror. So one of the things about being a father that I love the most is always having that standard to uphold. And I kind of needed daughters, to be honest. If I had sons, I'll be a horrible father. I wouldn't be a good enough example. He'll be too up under me too much. I wouldn't be a good dad if I had boys. My ego couldn't allow it. But my babies, I'm always dad. I mean, them are my girls. We're tight, but I'm always dad first, so. That's one of the greatest things, man. Just being able to imprint on their life, And another thing about being a father for males out there. I know y'all don't want to hear this or believe this. The way you treat their mother is vital, okay? The way you treat your children's mother, again, you're setting an example of what they should have or what they should see. So if you're constantly honoring and loving and being faithful and providing for that woman, and you show them that every single day, when they get older and the guy even try to waste their time to even think about, they won't even see him. They won't even waste their time when a guy get out of line, verbally disrespect him, let alone try to put his hands on one of them or something like that. It's something out of the norm. It's something that doesn't exist in the world they was raised in. So you constantly have to remember that as a father, it's deeper than just yourself. So, you know, that's one of the points I was talking about, just being faithful. It's being faithful to your kids, but also being faithful to somebody's desires other than yourselves. Theme song. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, it would change by the day. You see, we had the Secret Service in here earlier. So it would change by the client, actually. So I don't know. Y'all trying to get me to sing on camera? I don't know. You know, and I don't know. I mean, it would literally change by the day. You know, today, ain't no sunshine when it's gone. It's been a slow day today, so ain't no sunshine. Porsche dollars. Porsche, my lead barber. By the way, Porsche dollars. That's who y'all really need to highlight. I'm just a custodian. I'm just an employee. I'm just somebody that works here. Y'all need to talk to Porsche. You know, she's our lead barber. She chop. Her locks is A1. She's been here with me, man. I got her fresh out of school. Matter of fact, they had me there to look at somebody else, right? I remember the instructor there wanted me to look at somebody else. I'm not gonna say their name, but I just didn't. I wasn't feeling them. They was cutting my hair when I had hair. And I remember looking at Porsche, she was doing a bob on some gray hair, and I know how tedious and difficult that can be. And I'm like, I want her whole demeanor. And I remember she came in here, man, and she's been with me ever since, man. That was back in January 2017, and she's still here. So that's who y'all need to highlight. Matter of fact, go to her page, Porsche the Barber. You know, that's who y'all definitely need to highlight, is Porsche dollars. Again, you're here with Tim Purnell, the owner of Mitchells Barber Shop at 13900 East Nolan Court, Independence, Missouri, 64055. And I'm here with Highlight KC. We've been holding it down all night. You're gonna see us here some more. You're gonna see them around everywhere, because y'all know if you go to my page, you can just go to my regular Facebook page, Tim Purnell, or my sports page on TikTok, Talk Sports with Tim. We're gonna share it, we're gonna post it, and I'm expecting y'all to share it too, especially the haters. I know who y'all are.